Welcome to our video about the space race, the competition between the United States and the Soviet Union to achieve supremacy in space exploration during the Cold War. In this video, we'll explore the origins, key events, and legacy of the space race from the launch of Sputnik to the first moon landing. So fasten your seatbelts and get ready for a journey into the final frontier. Origins of the space race. The space race was a competition between the United States and the Soviet Union to explore outer space and develop space technology. It began in the late 1950s and was fueled by political and military tensions between the two superpowers during the Cold War. Both nations believed that the development of space technology was essential to national security and prestige, and each saw the other as a potential threat in this area. The origins of the space race can be traced back to the launch of Sputnik 1, the world's first artificial satellite, by the Soviet Union in October 1957. This event stunned the United States, which had been leading the field of rocket technology up to that point. The launch of Sputnik 1 also had significant political and military implications, as it demonstrated the Soviet Union's ability to launch intercontinental ballistic missiles that could reach the United States. The United States responded to the Soviet Union's success with the creation of NASA, National Aeronautics and Space Administration, in 1958, with the aim of catching up and eventually surpassing the Soviet Union in space technology. The two superpowers engaged in a series of high-profile space missions, including the first manned spaceflight by Soviet cosmonaut Yuri Gagarin in 1961 and the first manned moon landing by the United States in 1969. Throughout the space race, both nations poured vast resources into their space programs, with significant technological advancements made in areas such as rocketry, satellite technology, and human spaceflight. Milestones in space exploration. The space race between the United States and the Soviet Union resulted in a series of significant milestones in space exploration that captured the world's attention. One of the earliest milestones was the launch of the first artificial satellite, Sputnik 1, by the Soviet Union in 1957. This event sparked a sense of urgency in the U.S., which responded by launching its own satellite, Explorer 1, the following year. The space race continued with a series of manned missions, each one trying to outdo the other. In 1961, the Soviet Union sent Yuri Gagarin into space, making him the first human to orbit the Earth. The U.S. responded by launching Alan Shepard into space a few weeks later. In 1965, Soviet cosmonaut Alexei Leonov became the first person to conduct a spacewalk, a feat that was not matched by the U.S. until 3 months later. One of the most significant milestones in the space race was the U.S. Apollo 11 mission in 1969, which resulted in the first human landing on the moon. Astronauts Neil Armstrong and Edwin Buzz Aldrin became the first humans to set foot on the moon, a moment that was watched by millions of people around the world. The achievement marked a major victory for the U.S. in the space race and demonstrated the country's technological and scientific capabilities. Other milestones in the space race included the first space station, launched by the Soviet Union in 1971, and the first reusable spacecraft, the U.S. Space Shuttle, which made its first flight in 1981. These achievements marked significant advances in space technology and paved the way for future exploration. Overall, the milestones in space exploration during the space race not only advanced our knowledge of the universe, but also demonstrated the power and prestige of the countries involved. Human spaceflight. The ability to send humans into space was a significant achievement of the space race. The Soviet Union was the first to achieve this milestone, launching cosmonaut Yuri Gagarin into space in 1961. The U.S. responded by launching astronaut Alan Shepard on a suborbital flight later that year. The competition to achieve human spaceflight pushed both countries to develop the technology and infrastructure necessary to safely send humans into space. Human spaceflight also opened up new possibilities for scientific research and exploration. Astronauts were able to conduct experiments in microgravity, study the effects of space travel on the human body, and gather data about the universe beyond Earth. Human spaceflight also captured the public's imagination and inspired a new generation of scientists and explorers. The Apollo program, which culminated in the first moon landing in 1969, was the pinnacle of human spaceflight during the space race. The U.S. sent a series of manned missions to the moon, with astronauts conducting experiments and collecting samples. While the Soviet Union never landed humans on the moon, they continued to push the limits of human spaceflight with missions that included the first space station and the first long-duration spaceflight. Technological advancements. The space race had a significant impact on the advancement of technology and innovation. The competition between the US and the Soviet Union fueled a rapid acceleration of technological progress that had far-reaching consequences beyond space exploration. One major area of innovation was in computer technology. The need for sophisticated computing power to navigate spacecraft and analyze data led to the development of new computer technologies, including integrated circuits and microprocessors that revolutionized computing and laid the foundation for modern computers. Another area of advancement was in telecommunications. Satellites were launched into space for communication purposes, leading to the development of satellite-based technologies like GPS and satellite TV. These advancements also led to improvements in long-distance communication on Earth, including the development of fiber optic cables that revolutionized telecommunications. The space race also had a major impact on materials science. Scientists and engineers had to develop materials that could withstand the extreme conditions of space, including extreme temperatures, radiation, and vacuum. This led to the development of new materials and processes that revolutionized manufacturing, including new composites, alloys, and coatings that improved the performance of materials in a wide range of applications. Legacy of the space race. The legacy of the space race can be seen in the ongoing efforts to explore and understand the universe. The technological advancements made during the space race continue to drive innovation in industries beyond space exploration, such as telecommunications, computing, and materials science. Additionally, the cultural impact of the space race is still felt today, as it continues to inspire popular media such as movies and TV shows. The space race also had significant political implications, as the competition between the US and the Soviet Union drove investment in science, technology, and education. Furthermore, the space race paved the way for international collaboration in space exploration, leading to joint efforts such as the International Space Station. It also sparked a new era of commercial space ventures, as private companies now work alongside government agencies to advance space technology and expand humanity's reach beyond Earth. Today, the legacy of the space race can be seen in the growing interest in space as a potential destination for humanity's future. With the ongoing search for habitable planets and the development of new space technologies, the possibilities for space exploration and colonization continue to expand. The space race may have officially ended decades ago, but its impact is still being felt and will continue to shape the future of humanity's relationship with space.